And we're back. It is March 30th, 2023. It's a Thursday, and just getting a little bit of a run in before work here. We're at Summerset State Park near Indianola. I'm about to hit the trail, Riverside Trail here. Warm day today. It's near 60 degrees Fahrenheit right now. It's like 58, I think. A little windy, but definitely warm. In fact, I'm probably slightly overdressed, to be honest. When I woke up this morning, it was 40, and it took me a little while to get out of the house. And by the time I got here, it's now 20 degrees higher than it was when I originally got dressed. So I might be sweating a little bit today, but that's all right. So yeah, run streak day 178. Nothing real special about that number. Kind of an odd day to shoot a video, but now that I think about it, that means that it's 5K a day streak, day 175. So that makes a little more sense, I guess. Yeah, with the running though, still just doing my normal 5 to 7 miles a day, depending on how much time I have. I did do a 4-mile run the other day. I think it was like 4.38 or something like that. It was the shortest run I've done in a while. Was 4 and some change, but that's good news. That means that my legs are holding up to all the miles that I've been doing throughout the streak. We're getting closer to the 1,000-mile mark. Can't remember exactly where we are. I think we're near 900 at this point. So sometime in April, we'll probably break that 1,000-mile mark for the run streak in total. So we're right at a spot where I think I was here last week. It was either last week or the week before that. And I didn't end up shooting a video that day. I did take some pictures though. On days where I don't drop a video, I always shoot some pictures and put them up on Instagram. So if anybody wants to follow me there, there's my shameless plug for the day. Follow my Instagram account, Chris _ Cameron _ 503. There you go, shameless plug for the day. Anyway, yeah, so I was running along here, along this trail, pretty cold morning, and there's a possum just walking along the trail. Wasn't scared of me at all. I walked right up to it, snapped a couple photos of it, snapped a selfie with me and the possum in the picture, and then I went about my way. Don't think I'll probably see him again today, but that's okay. One thing I will say though, with the warmer weather, I did see a groundhog for the first time 2 days ago. First time this season, I should say. First groundhog of the spring. He was just running across the street in town, believe it or not. Ran under somebody's porch. I don't know if that's where he lives or what. And then as I got here today, I'm just kind of listening as I'm running, and I hear frogs. And I haven't heard frogs in quite a while, so pretty cool, pretty nice thing to hear. Finally found my way to this bridge. Now I've seen this bridge several times. Normally when I run here, I'm right in there. The Riverside Trail goes right through this part of the woodlands here, and I can see the bridge from the trail, but there isn't really like a real path to get up here. Apparently though, if you just go on the Summerset Trail, which is what this is, I could access it through that. But as I was running along the trail, I found a little shortcut up through the brush and came up onto the trail and onto the bridge. So it's always nice to discover something new. Apparently I've never actually ran on this part of the Summerset Trail. I'll have to do that at some point, maybe later this week. It's supposed to be supposed to be pretty good weather this week, mostly in the 60s and not too cold. Although tomorrow it's going to be really weird. So it's supposed to be like 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And then at night it's going to drop down to 30 and snow. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. We'll see if that actually happens or not. All right, I'm going to get back to running. All right, made it to the end of the run here. It was 5¼ miles today, so not too far. Again, I'm a little short on time though. I got to get to work. Literally have to just like change my clothes and go to work, change in the truck, and go to work. So yeah, that's always fun. But anyway, yeah, run today, 5¼ miles, pace 9 minutes 8 seconds. Not too bad considering it was like, you know, part trail running, a little bit of pavement in there as well, kind of a combination of the two. Good run overall, nice warm weather today, even though it really looks like cloudy and nasty, but it's really not. It's actually pretty warm out here, of course. I'm sweating pretty good. The wind's starting to pick up though, and it's really making my hair go a little crazy, so I'm gonna get in the truck, change, head to work. Now, one more thing I wanted to mention. Somebody had commented on my last video, Breaking Insanity Cycle. I had commented, and go check her channel out, by the way, Breaking Insanity Cycle. Had commented about the Willow movie versus the Willow show, like what are my thoughts between the two. And I do want to get into that. I don't have time to get into that right now, so I'm thinking I'll either record that maybe tonight and tack it onto the end of this video, or even record it tomorrow morning and tack it onto the end of this video before I upload it. One way or another, I'm gonna get to it, so stay tuned for that. All right, I'm heading to work. All right, so we've done a little bit of time traveling here. It's now Friday morning. It's run streak day 179. I've already done my run for the day, which I'll put like a little short video out for that later. It's not gonna be a long video because it was too windy to really film like any good footage out there today. It's really hot though. There's like 70 degrees out there. Anyway, we're here in the magical world of Willow to talk about the show instead of the movie. Now, I actually did like quite a write-up on each episode of the show. There's 8 episodes on Disney Plus. There's a little plug for those guys, Disney Plus. And yeah, I did quite a write-up on each one. I don't think I'm going to get into it in that much detail just because I really don't want to spoil it. I want people to actually watch the show. Now, unfortunately, I did hear that they canceled the show and that there won't be season 2, which is highly disappointing. I hope they change their mind on that because it was a good enough show. Of course, Warwick Davis is in there. We love Warwick Davis. Another person from the movie who ends up in the show is the woman who played Queen Sorsha. I forget her name. I apologize, the actress name. But she is in there as well. And then what's his name? Comes back as well. The little brownie guy, Kevin Pollak, shows up in there as well. They tried to get Val Kilmer in there, but apparently he couldn't do it due to some health concerns or something. But I think they did use his voice in one of the episodes, and that's how his name ends up in the credit, I think. So Mad Mardigan played a very small role in there. Anyway, the plot of the show basically kind of picks up where the movie left off, but like in the future, like years in the future. So at this point, Queen Sorsha has 2 kids, a boy and a girl. They're twins, brother and sister, of course. And also Alora Dannon, who was the baby in the movie, is now grown up as well. The baby who was, you know, prophesized to bring the end to all the evil reign of the queen and all that. She's now grown up, except for she has no idea who she is. They've hidden her identity. She doesn't know or anything like that at the start of the show. Now, turns out they end up getting attacked. The village gets attacked, or their kingdom or whatever, and the brother gets taken hostage. So the sister Queen Sorce's daughter, groups together like a band of heroes, and she goes out in search of her brother. And along the way, they go into Willow's village, where he's now the leader of the Alwyn people, and he's like a more seasoned sorcerer at this point. He's very powerful and so forth, whereas he wasn't so much in the movie, but he is now. So again, quite a few years in the future, but it still plays along really well. Like if you watch the movie, you can then pick up on the show and you'll know exactly what's going on, basically. That being said, you could probably watch the show without watching the movie and still enjoy the show as well, because they kind of do some cutscenes from the movie and stuff like that as the story goes along, so you kind of understand certain things even if you haven't actually watched the original movie. But I would suggest watching the movie and then watching the show, to be honest. Basically what happens is Willow joins the search for the brother, of course. So this, you know, epic group of heroes now is together. They're going to this like land that nobody's ever been to and so forth to rescue him. And all along the way, Willow does his best to train Elora Danan, who at this point Willow has told her who she actually is. Now, one cool thing in the show that I want to mention here, in the movie, it's Willow's kids who find the baby in the river and then bring the baby to the village and so forth, his daughter, right? So in the show, his daughter is now grown up, and his daughter is played by Warwick Davis's actual daughter, Annabelle Davis, who does a very good job. I thought she was actually really good in it. Hopefully she gets some more acting gigs, to be honest. But anyway, yeah, that was like a little bonus. So at this point, Elora Danan knows who she is and blah, 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 blah. Willow's training her all along the way. There's lots of fights. There's lots of twists and turns in the plot. A little bit of magic, a little bit of like actual hand-to-hand combat. There's all kinds of different characters in their little group of heroes and stuff. Different personalities, different types of characters. You know, there's like the warrior character. Willow, of course, is the sorcerer. Then there's the princess and blah, 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 blah. There's just a good mix, basically. And it's pretty funny. The writers did a good job of keeping things light and keeping things funny, while indeed still keeping it kind of serious. I mean, it is like a threat that they're facing, basically. Something that's trying to end the world, more or less. Again, not trying to give away the plot too much. But yeah, I would say my rating for the show out of 5 stars, I thought they did pretty good. I'm going to give it 4.7 out of 5 stars. I thought it was actually quite good. I would give it 5 out of 5 if they renewed it for season 2, which of course they didn't. So you're not going to get a 5 out of 5 rating from me. Anyway, that's just out of spite, of course. But no, the show was great. Watch the movie, then watch the show. Yeah. Now, I do want to mention one more thing. We've been on a little bit of a weird movie kick lately. We went on like a little bit of a Dennis Leary movie streak, but we never got to finish it because some of them weren't available to just like straight up watch streaming without buying. So I'm going to end up having to buy some actual DVDs off Amazon and have them shipped out to me so we can watch these, because I can't find them anywhere. Right now, though, we're enjoying this. This is something that I picked up at the thrift store. This is Critters, and it's a 4-disc set. Critters 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's a pretty goofy horror movie from the 80s, and we're about halfway through this 4-disc set at the moment. So I'll have a little bit of a review of the Critters when we're finished. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe. Till next time, everybody, take care.